Greetings, comrades. Okay, I haven't made a video in a while. I've been sick the last few weeks, so I wasn't able to participate as much as I wanted in the Read Kids Lit book because, I don't know about you, but whenever I'm sick, I just had infections of one kind or another, but, nothing sounds good. No matter how many wonderful books I have, it's like I picked one up and then another, and it's like I don't want to read any of them. So, things are starting to look better. Finally getting back on track. Otherwise, all my energy has been kind of going towards dealing with work. But I wanted to get back and make a couple of more videos, so I thought I would do that. I think I did make videos on the books, the kids' literature books that I read. I did reviews on all of those. But I wanted to get back and do a little bit of a November book haul. I didn't buy too many books in November. I hadn't intended to buy any because September and October I had bought a lot, catching up for a year or so of not being able to read much. But, you see a book, you order one, you walk into the bookstore, walking out with just the one book you ordered, for me, it's just kind of impossible. So, there are some books that I have that I will show you for my November book haul. And the first of them also have a little bit of a pet peeve that I'll go on about. If these show up okay. This one is called Nefertiti's Heart, A.W. Exley, E-X-L-E-Y. Oops, here we go. Hope that. Fairly nice looking cover. And this one is by J.S. Morin, M-O-R-I-N, Mad Tinker's Daughter. This is volume 1 in the Mad Tinker Chronicles. These are both steampunk books. The pet peeve I have is the covers. These are soft cover books, but they have that awful plasticky feel to the cover. I don't know if this is the new trend in soft cover books. I sincerely hope not, because I may have to stop buying them. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't stop buying them, but I would really hate it. And maybe they hold up better, and last longer, but they just feel like slimy. I hate them. But anyway, those are two more steampunk novels that I got to read. And I think I got this one in December also. This one is called The Quick by Lauren Owen, O-W-E-N. I don't know if you can see guy standing in front of a library, and you can see, down this side, all the bit of red. Okay, this is about a woman who loses touch with her brother who's in England, and it's like Victorian times, I think, and she goes there to find him and kind of gets caught up into the netherworld, and I think there's some like supernatural stuff going on, which I don't as a rule read, but this book just sounded really good. And a friend of mine who's an English major said she really wanted to read it, and she never reads anything that's like supernatural, so that helped me make up my mind to go ahead and get it. So hopefully I'll get to this. I don't know if I'll get to it before Christmas or not. It's fairly hefty book. It's got quite a few pages to it. Let's see. What is this? Yeah, over 500 pages. So this will probably be after Christmas. One of the books I have here that I got, I don't have it. I don't know what I did with it. I don't have it right here handy. But it is Louise Penny's latest book, and I'm saving that for Christmas vacation. I'm going to read that. I have time off. I can actually just sit and savor every word because I love her books. If you have not tried Louise Penny books, then do yourself a favor. And I say start from the beginning, which is Three Pines, or actually Still Life is the actual name of it. Take place in a village called Three Pines in southern Canada. Now, these are mystery books, but you know what? It just doesn't really matter if there's mystery or not. I mean, I would read those books no matter what. So, I think The Long Way Home is the name of it. I got that one. Sorry, I don't have a picture of it here. You can find it really easily online. That's the latest one in the series, so I'm going to read that one on Christmas vacation. Another murder mystery that I got, The Devil in Montmartre, a mystery in... Okay, I did go on dictionary.com to figure out how to pronounce this. Fondesicle? I don't know. Findesicle, Paris. Okay, it means right before the turn of the 20th century. It's like it starts out in 1889. This is also a murder mystery. There's a woman who gets killed, and it takes place in 1889. So there's this panic that takes place because they're afraid that Jack the Ripper, who of course had not been caught in England, has gone to Paris, and that this is the beginning, and he's carrying on his stuff because it was very similar. So it has a lot of the characters from back then. Toulouse-Lautrec becomes a suspect, and some other people. I think the woman who was killed was like a can-can cabaret dancer. But anyway, it's gotten good reviews and it sounds good. So I wanted to check that out. And this one, A Manuscript of Ashes by Antonio Munoz Molina. This book, I don't know if you can see it too well here, takes place in the 60s. There's a guy there, and it takes place in Spain, and it's in the 60s, and there's lots of student protesting going on and things like that. And he gets in a little bit of trouble, so he goes to the country to stay with his uncle to try and stay out of trouble a little bit, keep him getting arrested. And when he's there, he's looking around through this old house that his uncle lives in, and he finds these papers, love letters and poems and things like that, from this poet that's kind of obscure. He's not very well known. But it turns out that this poet and his uncle were both in love with the same woman. And the woman was actually killed on her wedding night. Now, I don't know who she married, didn't say so in the blurb. But he begins to try and look into this and find out what happened, and find, apparently, there's this lost manuscript that's supposed to be this masterpiece of this somewhat obscure poet. So, mostly I got this because the story sounded interesting enough, and I'm curious to read one of this author's work. I've never read anything by him, and I'm curious to do so. The next one is called Ben Tripp, the Accidental Highwayman. And it's got a long subtitle down here too. It's kind of cute, but it's dark and I can't read it. So I don't want to turn the light on because it makes too much of a glare on the screen. But this is, I don't know. It was in the YA section. It takes place, I think, in like the Regency England time, 1700s, 18th century. It's about a boy, or I guess maybe a teenager, I'm not sure how old he is, but his master is killed and he gets mistaken for this famous highwayman. So he kind of goes on the run, and he's on this quest. He has to take up this quest of this other guy to rescue this princess, and I don't know. It sounded like a lot of fun. And I love this cover. I know I'm shaking it around so you can't see, but there's like designs all around the edges here, and like the rest of the title is all down in here in lighter prints. Now, when I first saw this in the bookstore, the cover was red with white writing on it, but when I ordered it, and I got this one online rather than from the bookstore, I don't know why. I didn't just get it at the bookstore. It came with this dark brown cover on it, so I'm pretty sure this isn't the first edition or first printing, because I think the ones in the stores now have this cover on them. But anyway, it sounded like a fun read, and thanks to the Read Kids Lit book, I've picked up some more young adult and children's books to read that I'm getting back into. The next one is called The River of No Return by B. Ridgway. I don't know if you can see this or not. This is a gorgeous cover. Isn't it gorgeous? It's matte. It's not imprinted or embossed or anything like that. It's just matte. The end papers carry on. I don't know if you can see them very well in this. There we go. You can see the blue there that's carried is the same blue, whoops, from the cover. There we go. River of No Return. And it's kind of a time travel novel. It's about a guy who was in the Napoleonic Wars, and he wakes up a couple hundred years later, and there are these people who kind of try and help him adjust to the fact that somehow he's traveled through time, and they're aware of this. It's like a guild of people who know about time travel stuff, but he's not satisfied. He misses the woman he loved, and turns out she has something to do with time travel, and they kind of meet in the middle about 100 years ago, and things start to unravel, or time starts to unravel. But it's gotten really good reviews, and it sounds like fun, so I wanted to read it, and it's a gorgeous cover. And the last one, another gorgeous cover, I think. Garth Stein, A Sudden Light. And you know, for the life of me, I just read this. Oh yeah, okay. I was going to say I just read what it was about, and I lost it and couldn't remember. This is about a boy I think he's like 14. His parents are separated. His father goes back to the old family mansion. They made their money it's in the Pacific Northwest, and they were like timber barons kind of things. And his dad's goal is basically to get the grandfather to just sell everything off so they can divide up the money and go their own way. Which, doesn't sound real appealing. But the kid starts looking around, he gets to know the house, and he finds some secrets there, and there are things going on about the house that the house does not agree with the plan that the father has to sell everything off. So, again, a gorgeous cover. That's kind of what drew me in. I mean, how could I not pick up and look at a book with a cover like that? And the story sounded interesting enough, so I got it. Which kind of brings up the issue of covers. Now, I'll tell you, I haven't ever bought a book just because of its cover, but I've certainly not bought books because of their covers. And sometimes it can make a difference. I was talking to the woman at the used bookstore today. It can definitely make a difference whether or not I buy the book. I love beautiful covers. I love beautiful productions of books. So that's the quick wrap up for the November book haul, and I'll be back with some more books now that I'm back to reading again, and some more books and reviews soon. Okay, so for now that's it. Happy trails and happy reading.